Yo, what's up? Name is Pt1 and welcome to Milestone Playthrough. Let's play number 25, Shovel Knight. Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. After I was reminded how bad Sonic Adventure 2 actually is, as compared to how well my nostalgia put it, I'm excited to play through a game I know for a fact is amazing. So let's just jump into it. Or shall I say, let's dig in? Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. Of all heroes, none shone brighter than Shovel Knight and Shield Knight. But their travels together ended at the Tower of Fate, when a cursed amulet wrought a terrible magic. When Shovel Knight awoke, the tower was sealed and Shield Knight was gone. His spirit broken, a grieving Shovel Knight went into a life of solitude. But without champions, the land was seized by a vital power, the Enchantress and her Order of No Quarter. Now the tower is unsealed and devastation looms. A new adventure is about to begin. Strike the earth. It's time for justice. Shovel justice. So yeah, welcome to Shovel Knight. Retro action platformer everyone loves. You probably know about it. I'm just playing it because I love it too. Just like everyone else. And you should, because it's magnificent. So simple, it's so effective. It's Mega Man, it's Mario, it's everything that everyone ever loved. And this is going to be the perfect demonstration of it. This level is just so genius. It's just genius. Just so much. Very simple. Very simple. So we start off just learning controls in this nice open room. Like most old games, there's not too much particular depth to it. You can move, you can jump, you can attack. One of the main things that Shovel Knight does differently than some other games though is his pogo ability, which is a bit more keen to things like DuckTales, where if you hold down while jumping, you can stab downward and this allows you to pogo hop, as that demonstrates, because this level is so good and teaches you everything immediately. It's so good. It's so freaking good. And I listened to that Jake Kaufman Network soundtrack. Strike the Earth is amazing. And I can dance. I just noticed that if you hit like down, he will do a little crouch, and you can make that a dance. I love it. Detail. But yeah, very simple first stage though. It's mostly the later ones that you need to really be concerned with. This one just teaches you things. Don't hit the spikes. You die instantly. I mean, you're blue for a reason. Shovel Mega Man. No. Dragon. It's an awfully large enemy for our first mid-boss encounter. But pogo sticks are OP broken. Nice bubbles, buddy. Sorry I had to hurt you, but you were in there. Hello, skeleton. Ooh, I didn't know that did that. Look at that. This game is just so deep. I didn't even know that if you knock stuff into the skull's parasite unit. No, just the skeletons. You knock the skulls into the skeletons, you can. Just so much. Wow. Gotta be wary of stuff like that though. Because since this is a retro-inspired game, in case you've forgotten, retro games were hard. If you don't believe me, go play Mega Man 1 again. Oh man. Just thinking of that terrifies me. But it also hurts a bit that they cited Dark Souls as one of their inspirations. And here we come to something special. So these are the music notes. And this game technically has a sound test. However, you have to go find those music notes and turn them into a guy later in the game a little bit. And that will allow you your sound test. And I believe there are somewhere around in the neighborhood of 40 of them in the game. I will not be finding them all because I have no idea where they are. I played through this game once and I found quite a lot of stuff, and I just realized if you want that ruby up there, you need to save the Drake and bounce off of it. But pink ruby up here. And the money, it's not just for score, it's actually money. You can't destroy that. Okay. But it's actually very important because there are some RPG elements in this game. There are not like levels or anything, but you can increase your health and your little magic counter. That's what the blue pot is. We don't have anything with magic yet, but I mean, we're gonna. It's a Zelda-ish game. How would you get away with a Zelda-ish game without magic? I'm trying to think about it. Like, pretty much only Wind Waker, I think, doesn't have magic. Even then, you can count some of the effects out of the Wind Waker itself. It has a bit of magic. But I'm rambling. Let's continue. Secret areas. Welcome to Shovel Knight. How may we hide stuff from you? It's just so good. See, I just love what they did with the music notes, because there's all sorts of level-based unique challenges. Like, this is just basic control challenges. Just pogo across the gap. But then it leads to a tangible reward, because you get the music sheet. And it's not just like, oh, here's a little bit of money. Like, if they give you money, which they do sometimes, I will admit, which isn't that cool, because they could give you something cool like the music note, but even when they give you money, it's a lot of money, so finding secrets is worth it, and it's just such a good feeling when you find something, especially if you do so on your own. Or like this, where you go up, like, so good! This game is so well designed, and I'll be trying to point out stuff like that whenever I can, because it's so important. Because if you go up here, and you're like, how do I get to that? There's solid ground, and then you just smack a wall for kicks. And then it works. And you see what I mean? When they give you just money, it's usually small secrets, not much of a challenge. But they give you a lot of money. And since I seem to be doing well right now, that almost turned that entire sentence around. Because if you fall in a pit, it's instant death, just like old games. But the deal with their Dark Souls inspiration is not only does this game require a lot of player skill on its part, but also when you die, you drop, I believe it's a quarter of your current money in 3 bags near where you died. And you can go back and pick it up just like Souls and Dark Souls, and if you die, they're gone for good just like Souls and Dark Souls. And that guy's not getting his souls back. He was not a precision platformer. He did what I did sometimes. He pressed jump in between the frames. And right there, this is actually a pretty good demonstration of skill that's going to save your life later in the game. Is that when you pogo, you'll keep pogoing. However, if you swing in midair, you'll stop pogoing. And that's going to be important. Which, you'll see that later in a few episodes. And I'll remind you of it then. But yes, this is pretty much everything. There's not really much to say in this opening level. It's very simple, just making sure you understand what you're in for. Making sure you understand all the basics, so that when they start tossing stuff at you, just tossing shenanigans out for fun, and believe me, they are fun even though they are shenanigans. When they start tossing out shenanigans for fun, you will be ready. Can't say they didn't warn you. Oh, this level's just so good. This is like this is the perfect tutorial level. This is how you tutorial level a tutorial level. And here we are at the end. With our boss buddy, the Black Knight. If you're wondering why I say stuff like Shovel Knight and Black Knight weird, this thing called Chad Warden reviews Shovel Knight. Watch it. I knew you'd show your face sooner or later, the cerulean coward. Turn back, Shovel Knight. There's nothing here for you anymore. Stand aside, Black Knight. I have no quarrel with you. I must return to the Tower of Fate. Your time away has dulled your senses. Can't you see? This entire valley has been conquered by the Enchantress, and her invincible knights of the Order of No Quarter stand between you and the tower. But none of that matters, because anyone after the Enchantress has to go through me. Steal thy shovel! The legendary laugh. And now we come to our first boss, the Black Knight. Right now he's fighting with the same abilities we've got. He also just completed a tutorial stage, so he barely knows what he's got. Oh, the pogos! Oh. Oh, shut up. Come on. And there you go. And then, yeah, you're fired. I didn't get that one the first time. So yeah, there are achievements in this game. I've probably got most of them. That one I did not. And that one is for defeating him with his fireball. Which is another thing that is important to note in this game, that they don't really show you. They do a pretty good job of showing you, but they don't outright mention it, so you're not entirely sure. But for most projectiles in the game that are of a large enough size, like fireballs like that, you can bounce them back if you hit them with your shovel, which allows you to do some pretty cool stuff. Also, it looks like we're having a bit of a dream. Shield Knight falls from the sky. Catch her. No. Shield Knight. I'll catch you. We made it. It's a nice, peaceful camp scene. And you jump to wake up. Don't forget to put out your campfires. Only you can prevent forest fires, buddy. So that's the tutorial. Open the full world map. First stop, the village. This is going to be your base of operation. Halt! No weapons. We have enough to worry about lately without everyone swinging swords around. Oh, haha, that's no weapon. Just a shovel. You may enter then, and don't forget. Press up to talk to everyone. Yo, buddy, what's up? You know those glass checkpoints? You can break them for treasure. But if you do, they stop being checkpoints. Yep, that's a challenge mode mechanic. You can destroy your checkpoints for money, and there is an achievement tied for doing that, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not good enough to pull off stuff like that yet. Lady Knight. Some knights may look down on your own choice of weapon, but between us I dig it. That was just for that pun. Wow, okay. Whatever, lady. We have the bard. Hail, traveler, I am but a simple bard, but I have a big problem. I've lost all my music sheets. My entire repertoire lays scattered across the land. So here's what you do with your music sheet. This guy is your sound test. And you can just request a song that you found for him to play, and it will play while you're in the town. It's pretty neato. If you ever find a music sheet, return it to me and I shall reward you handsomely. Whoa, you have 2 music sheets. Magnificent. Take 500 gold for each. So yeah, you also get money when you bring Bard, aka Jake Kaufman, in some armor. Music sheets for him to play. Let's see here. Oh, you found Strike the Earth. Ostinato Trumpet Triplets. Is there anything you can't render into pure magic? Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform it for you anytime. Just ask. Well, let's do that. Play me a song, Bardo. When you start with a few, you start with the main theme, One Fateful Night, and I believe No Weapons Here. And then we found Steal Thy Shovel and Decisive Blow, I believe. Oh wait, that's... never mind, this is the main world theme, hold on. Okay, Decisive Blow and Strike... wait. I could have sworn... Oh, hold on, it's on a different page. Here it is. Never mind, you start with those first 5, I forget. Okay, and then we found Strike the Earth and the rival for Black Knight theme. And I'll just play Strike the Earth and go about my business. Oh, you've got a pretty face. You should come visit often. Okay, whatever, weird lady. So here's the important part of this town. This is the gastronomer, if I believe, and then the magicist? Yes. Gastronomer and magicist. And if you talk to this guy, the goatician. Decision. Should I extend my magic or health, or just eat a tin can? Why not buy me a meal ticket and help my options, or help narrow my options? And so, with a meal ticket, you give it to the gastronomer, and you upgrade your max health. And this one's cheap, so that's nice to do. A meal ticket! Hand it to me, I'll get work on my best recipe. I'll dazzle your palate in no time or less, so bon appetit and pardon the mess. I forgot that he rhymes. I think you should stick to cooking, buddy. Alright, what we got? What is that? I'm gonna eat it. And now I have 5 life bars. Yay. And you talk to the magicist. One more use out of your relics? Oh yes, of course, I can increase your magic with magic. Good. Oh, but no relics yet. What? I can't. You have to find some relics. Chester, down the ladder. He always has the weirdest things. Wait, what was I doing? Oh well. So, this is going to be our magic system, is the relics. And she mentions the dude down here. Blue dude's the one we're looking for. Chester. Hey, blue guy. You wouldn't believe the merchandise I've got for you today. Why not have a look? And so here's our sub-weapons. They act more like Castlevania sub-weapons than kind of spells, but they are tied to your magic meter. So we have fishing rod, which will allow us to just toss the fishing rod into a pit, and we can catch fish, which will give us food, money, and sometimes there's goldfish that are worth loads of money in certain sparkling spots, and then the Chaos Orb. And here's our first attack weapon. You throw it, and it just bounces like crazy. That was the secret. So now we have another sheet to give to Jake. Tropical Acolyte. Hello, fish friend. All hail the Tropical King. Ooh. You've never heard of the Tropical King? Half trout and half apple. Pronounced like mouthful. Okay. Troupple? I'm gonna go with Troupple. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's one of the forest gods, here to help those in need. I'm telling the truth. If you ever visit the sacred grotto, hold your chalice aloft and the Troupple King will appear. As it happens, I've been entrusted to sell Troupple chalices to believers. Would you like one? I ain't got the money. But that'll be solved thoroughly when we go talk to Jake. And I feel like I'm running short on time, so I'll just turn this in to Jake. And we'll listen to what we've got. I don't know what this is. Ooh, you have a music sheet. What did we get? Local happenstance. Last week I was barred from some juice bar. What are you, some kind of bartender? Oh my. Jake Y. Jake Y! Okay, what do I want to hear? Local happenstance. Okay. Sound doesn't travel down so well down in the juice bar, so we have to keep it simple. So this is the juice bar theme. But that's enough for this time. I'll continue with town and then proceed onward in the game next episode. So this has been Jet1, and I will see you then.